Your birthday is coming up. Someone asks, so, what are you doing? And you say the one thing that makes everyone uncomfortable. Nothing. It's just another day. The room goes quiet. Your friends look confused. Your family thinks something's wrong. Because in America, birthdays are supposed to be a big deal. Cake. Balloons. 100 messages blowing up your phone. So when someone calmly doesn't care, people assume they must be broken. But what if nothing is wrong with them at all?
Why isn't he moving?
Psychologists studied this exact behavior, and what they found is way more interesting than most people realize. 3 completely different psychological stories, all hiding behind 5 words. It's just another day. Stay with me. Because the first reason is a little unsettling. For some people, not caring about their birthday isn't indifference. It's experience. In 1967, psychologist Martin Seligman discovered something called learned helplessness. It happens when someone faces disappointment over and over, with no control over the outcome. Eventually, the brain stops expecting anything good at all. Not because they're weak. Because the brain is efficient at protecting us from repeated pain. Think about birthdays through that lens. When you're a kid, birthdays feel huge. You expect people to show up. You expect to feel special. You expect the day to match what you imagined. But imagine if, year after year, it never quite does. Maybe the people you hoped would call, didn't. Maybe it was smaller than you expected. Maybe it just quietly passed. At first, it stings. But the brain is always calculating. After enough mismatches between expectation and reality, it lowers the expectation. Then lowers it again. Until eventually, the expectation disappears entirely. So the next time someone asks about your birthday, the answer is simple. Nothing. It's just another day. From the outside, it looks cold. But on the inside, it's the brain choosing peace over disappointment. That calm, flat tone? That's not apathy. Sometimes, it's armor. But not everyone who ignores their birthday is carrying this weight. Some skip it for a completely different reason, and it has nothing to do with pain. There's a second group of people who treat their birthday the exact same way. But they simply forgot it was coming. Not because they're sad. Because their brain runs at full speed all the time. Picture someone juggling deadlines, projects, errands, and about 40 things pulling at their attention. It's like having 17 browser tabs open in your head, and half of them are playing audio. Psychologists call this time blindness. When your mind is locked into goals and responsibilities, time stops feeling like an organized timeline. Days blur. Weeks disappear, and suddenly a date that seemed far away is already here. Their birthday isn't an emotional event. It's just another square on the calendar, sitting between a project deadline and a grocery run. We all do this with certain things. That dentist appointment we keep rescheduling. The gym membership we swear we'll use next month. For these people, their birthday lands in that exact same category. Not avoidance. Not sadness. Life is just busy. And many of these people are genuinely fulfilled, their attention is absorbed by things that feel meaningful. So the day slips by quietly. And they're completely fine with that. But the third group, their reason might be the most surprising of all. Because these people didn't forget. They just decided they don't need it. This third group is completely different. They know their birthday is coming. They just genuinely don't feel the need to celebrate it. American culture teaches us that birthdays are supposed to matter. You're supposed to want the attention, the cake, the moment where everyone stops for you. So when someone says I'm good, people assume they're hiding something. But psychology suggests something else is happening. Researchers Deci and Ryan spent decades studying human happiness. Their work, called self-determination theory, found that the most psychologically stable people aren't the ones chasing external validation. They're the ones whose sense of worth comes from inside. They already feel whole. They don't need 30 people singing off-key to confirm they're loved. There's also something called the hedonic treadmill, the cycle of chasing the next holiday, the next party, the next big celebration, believing it will finally deliver lasting happiness. But the satisfaction never lasts. These people have quietly stepped off that treadmill. Instead of waiting for one special day to feel important, they already feel content on a regular Tuesday. And that mindset makes other people uncomfortable, because if someone doesn't need external celebration to feel valuable, it quietly challenges everyone who does. But not everyone arrived at this place peacefully. For some, the story goes back to childhood. Here's the part most people skip over. Psychologist Jennifer Crocker studied something called contingencies of self-worth. And she found a crucial distinction. Some people skip their birthday from genuine peace, from emotional independence and inner fulfillment. But others skip it from fear. Fear that if they let themselves want a celebration, and it doesn't happen, it will confirm a belief they already hold about themselves. That maybe they're not worth the fuss. So instead of risking that pain, they opt out entirely. Not from confidence. From protection. And that difference matters enormously. There's a huge gap between someone who doesn't need a party, and someone who desperately wants one but won't let themselves admit it. Only you can know which one applies to you. If you're watching this and asking, am I actually fine with this day, or am I just protecting myself? That question alone is already revealing. Because noticing your own patterns, that's the beginning of real self-awareness. 4 types of people. 1 sentence. It's just another day. But here's what all of them reveal: birthdays aren't really about the day itself. They're a mirror, showing you exactly where your sense of worth comes from. From inside or from outside. From peace or from protection. And the truest form of self-love isn't tied to a party. It's finding contentment without needing validation from anyone else. So the next time your answer makes the room go quiet, remember this: your answer might confuse them. It might challenge them. But it does not define your worth. You are allowed to feel complete, without explanation, without a celebration, without an audience. Nothing was ever wrong with you.